Mrs. Marlor here. Welcome to my assembly. Today you're going to need to have a trusted adult with you while you're watching the video and listening to the story. And that's because I've got another sad story for you today. It's all about a fox who dies. And it's all about what his friends do after he's dead. And it's all about how, when you love somebody or an animal very, very much and they die, you keep them in your heart and in your memory forever, so they never really completely leave you. The story's called The Memory Tree, and it's by Britta Teckentrup. There was once a fox who lived with all the other animals in the forest. Fox had lived a long and happy life, but now he was tired. Very slowly, Fox made his way to his favourite spot in the clearing. He looked at his beloved forest one more time and lay down. Fox closed his eyes, took a deep breath and fell asleep forever. Everything around Fox was still and peaceful. Snow began to fall, gently covering him with a soft blanket. Owl had watched Fox from the top of his tree. He flew down and landed next to his friend. Owl was very sad. He had known Fox for a long time, but Owl knew that the time had come for his friend to leave. One by one, Fox's friends came to the clearing. First Squirrel and Weasel, and then Bear, Deer and Bird, and finally Rabbit, Mouse and others came to sit by Fox. Fox had been loved by everyone. He had been kind and caring, and no one could imagine life in the forest without him. The animals sat in silence for a very long time. Owl was the first to speak. He smiled warmly and said, "I remember when Fox and I were very young. Every autumn we raced to see who could catch more falling leaves." The other animals remembered and smiled. Mouse said softly, "I remember how much Fox loved the sunset. He always sat at this exact spot." The animals remembered. Many of them had joined Fox watching the sun go down. It was a happy memory, and their sad hearts filled with warmth. Bear remembered how Fox had looked after her cubs one spring. Rabbit smiled when she told the story of how Fox had played tag with her in the tall grass. Squirrel talked about Fox helping him to dig up buried nuts in the deep snow last winter. And one by one, the animals remembered their favourite stories about Fox. Fox had touched the lives of all the animals in the forest with his warmth and kindness, and they all smiled, remembering. When the animals talked, a little orange plant grew out. It grew out of the snow where Fox was lying. It was small and delicate at first, and hardly noticeable. The plant grew bigger, stronger, and more beautiful with each story. The animals talked about Fox all through the night, and in the morning the little plant had grown into a small tree. The animals saw the tree and knew that Fox was still a part of them. During the next days and weeks and months, the animals remembered many more stories about Fox, and their heavy hearts began to feel lighter. The more they remembered, the more the tree grew, higher and higher and more beautiful, until it was the tallest tree in the forest. A tree made from memories and full of love. Fox's tree was big and strong enough to shelter all the animals. It was always buzzing with life, The birds built their nests amongst the leaves, and Owl raised his grandchicks on the branches. Squirrel found a cosy home in the trunk, and Bear, Deer and Rabbit slept in its shade. The tree gave strength to everyone who had loved Fox. And so, Fox lived on in their hearts forever. I'm wondering if you have any memories of maybe a pet that's died, or maybe a person that isn't with you anymore. It would be really good if you could share those memories with your trusted adults. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.